What is up, everyone? I hope you guys are all staying healthy and safe. In today's video, I'm going to continue working on the 22 Tundra. I've owned the truck for almost a full year now. I've taken quite a few road trips, a lot of nighttime driving. One big complaint about the truck for me, one thing I completely hate, is the fact that, in my opinion, these OEM fog lights, the light output on them is completely terrible. It doesn't really help your nighttime visibility. So today I'm going to be resolving that issue by installing these Heretic Studios 6-inch LED fog lights. Now I've decided to go with the clear lights on these guys just to retain that OEM look. One nice thing about these Heretic lights is the fact that they do come with a wiring harness where this will be completely plug and play. And here is our full harness. One thing to note about these lights is that we do have two options as far as wiring. You are able to use a switch, so a proprietary switch on the fog lights if you choose to. Also, if you do want to just run these off your OEM fog light switch, you can do that by using this little harness right here, which we're going to plug in. We will have to add some power to these guys, as these guys will be drawing a lot more power than the OEM lights. So we will need to just run power and ground to the lights. And since the wiring harness is included, all the brackets, all that good stuff, I would imagine that this install is going to take me about 30 minutes with recording the installation video for you guys. So I'm super pumped on these. One thing to keep in mind is that with these lights, pretty sure these are not DOT legal or compliant, so just keep that in mind. However, for the additional light output, especially for nighttime driving on the highways late at night, it's going to be a must for me. Now, since I will be installing these fog lights, we will have to remove the OEM little fascia piece right here below the grill. Since we're doing that, I'm also going to go through and install this TRD Pro one. Now, as you guys know, it has this little, it's not like a camo, but it's just like a little pattern on here. So I think that'll be pretty neat. So we'll slap this guy on here as well. With that being said, we're gonna get into this install here. Also, I have not been posting for quite some time now, been busy, but we are back now, and I do have a large stockpile of parts for the Tundra, which we'll be installing here in the next few days. We'll be releasing videos also over the course of the next few weeks as well. So if you guys do want to see, the next progression of the build, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think about the build so far. What do you guys want to see on the truck, moving forward? With that being said, let's not talk too much. Let's hop into the install. Before I get started with the install, I'm going to point the truck against the wall here, just to mark the cutoff line from the fog lights. I'm not sure if the fog lights will be adjustable or not. The brackets do look like they might be adjustable. So I got my cutoff right here. As you guys can see, it's extremely low. So what I'll actually probably do is I'll probably raise it up a few inches anyway, without blinding oncoming traffic. I just want to raise it up a little bit just to give me a little bit more visibility. But that's kind of where the cutoff is right there. So yeah, we have that done. Now let's go ahead and get into the install. The first thing we need to do is pull off this fascia piece right here that says Tundra. It's pretty simple. It does have just clips going all the way around. I'm going to start in the center, pulling them out, prying them out, popping this guy off. I'll throw up a photo of the OEM piece or just TRD Pro piece right now so you guys can see what it actually looks like with the clips. So again, we'll start in the center and just go slowly. I'm going to be using a little pry tool right here, just a little panel removal tool. We'll start with this one, see if that'll work, and we'll just try to go really slowly without breaking these clips. Now here on the sides, you can throw some masking tape down. My little bumper caps are wrapped, so I'm not too worried about getting them scratched up. Up next, we use a flathead screwdriver, pull off the fog lights. Up next, we're going to prepare the lights for installation. What we need to do here is we need to install the vehicle-specific brackets onto the fog lights. Now these guys will come with little L brackets, which I already pulled off, and we're gonna be installing these guys. Very simple, we're just gonna pull these little nuts off. And as far as the orientation on these guys, it is directional, and I will show you guys how these guys need to look in 1 second. And usually if you push this guy back, it'll be easier to reinstall. Now I will tighten these down, but not all the way, because we will be adjusting the lights using this right here. So we will do our final tightening on this once this is on the truck. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Now I hope you guys can see this right here, and hope this is a good reference for you guys. What I'll actually do is I'll take a photo from the top. Again, this right here is going to be the driver's side, passenger side, and how the brackets go. And then next up, what we'll do is we'll prepare the wiring harness. We'll do the wiring harness first as far as the installation. Once we run the wires, we'll get these guys thrown on. So let's get that done real quick. But first, let me show you guys a up top shot showing how the brackets are supposed to go, just so you guys aren't getting too confused when you're installing them. Up next, we're going to prepare the wiring harness for installation. Now we have two ways of wiring up the fog lights. We can either hook them up to this little switch that's provided. In order to do that, super simple. You're going to hook up the green wire to the center. If I can do it. Anyway, green to the center, white to the bottom, and black to the top. However, for us, we're not going to do this because we do want to use the OEM fog light switch on the truck. In order to do that, what we're going to do is we will not be utilizing the little white or black wires here. We're going to hook up the little green wire to this little adapter, we'll call harness, like so, boom. And then we're gonna plug this guy into the OEM passenger side little plug for the fog lights, and that's gonna send a signal to the wiring harness to power up the fog lights. Now the first thing we need to do here is add a relay right here. So here's a relay, so we're just gonna pop this guy in and make sure he's nice and firm in here. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hook this up to the ground. You can either do this in the chassis or on the battery. Yellow will go to your power, so to your red terminal on your battery. Again, as I mentioned, we're going to plug this guy into the OEM harness on the passenger side for the fog light. This guy right here will go into the green wire over here, like so. We can ignore this also white wire right here. And then finally, these guys will go into your fog lights to power them on. One of these will be longer than the other, so the longer one will have to go to the driver's side. This guy will go to the passenger. So pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go through and run the wires real quick. I'm gonna run the wires, and then once we have all the wires ran, I'll hook up the power and the ground, and we'll test the lights, and then we'll go ahead and line them up based off of our little cutoff line, make them as consistent as we can with the OEM one. So let's get that done real quick. Now that I have the wiring harness ran to the fog light locations, I will first plug the jumper adapter harness into the OEM plug. Then the green wire from the Heretic harness into the jumper harness. Next, I'll bundle the remaining cables up and zip tie them, then tuck them behind the passenger fog light housing. And now I can plug the Heretic light in and reinstall it using the factory Phillips screws. I will repeat this process on the driver's side as well. All right, got the fog lights in. I think I've got them aligned where I want. Again, the best way to really do it is, in my opinion, you can do a line on the wall like I did to try and get the same spot. However, you do want to go back and forth multiple times to make sure that the lights are coming out here properly and they're nicely aligned. I think we're good. So at this point, we're going to reinstall this TRD Pro fascia, or whatever you want to call this. One little trick that I've learned is, because there is this little lip right here, is to kind of press it in on the side and then do the, clips from the outside in. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now, and just be patient with yourself as you're doing it. So that guy is in. And again, to get the other side, you just kind of flex it a little bit. There we go. There we go. Those are bright. As you guys can see, that is a lot brighter. I may actually need to realign these and lower them a little bit. Looking at this, I think we might be blinding people if I do run these on the road. So anyway, we'll take her out, see what it looks like on the road. So let's go ahead and do that now. I've had these fog lights installed in Tundra now for a few days. Really got to use them late nights, early mornings in the rain, in the snow. And I can say that there is a night and day difference between these Heretic lights and the OEM lights. Actually, this morning, early mornings while it was still dark, I shot some footage for you guys. So on the screen right now, I'm going to throw a video up of just the headlights with no fog lights, and then I'm going to turn on the fog lights. On the street, you guys can see, especially with the street signs, how much more light these guys are throwing. Also, I tried to shoot some overhead footage with my drone showing the before and after, but it looks like my footage on the after corrupted. If I'm able to salvage the footage, I will throw it up right now. If not, you guys will just have to live with the footage of, showing you guys the difference with the headlights and the fog lights on. This makes me want to do a lot more lighting on the truck, as currently this is definitely my favorite mod I have done on the Tundra. So in the upcoming videos, I am going to go through and install a bumper light along with a grill light. So that will be coming up in the next few videos. With that being said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop me a like below, let me know what you think about the build so far. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great and safe day. We'll see you.